Well, hello. This is not actually coming from my computer or house or setup at all. But I'm over at Monty Doo's while she has car trouble. So, I haven't really had a chance to record anything, or stupid spider. I haven't really had a chance to record anything or upload anything in nearly a week now, and I'm quite sorry to the 3 people who watch my channel. So I thought I would post something a little quick, something kind of fun. So, what this is one of my stories. I heard it at one point in my life. I don't remember who I heard it from or where I heard it, or at what point in my life I heard it, but I had heard it. So what I'm going to do is, big ass knife, sweet. So what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to retell the story in the way that I more or less remember hearing it myself, at whatever point that was in my life. And I suppose you can all just be the judge of what you think of it. Alright. Here we go. This is the tale of 2. There were 2 privates in the army, and they were digging a ditch with many other privates. After some time, sweat, and blood, Henry, the taller of the 2 privates, asked Jimmy, the rounder of the 2, a question. "Jimmy, do you ever wonder why it is that we're always down here digging these ditches, all the while the general is up there with his big hat, watching and yelling at us to dig these ditches?" "You know what?" said Jimmy. "I've been thinking just that. Why is that?" "I don't rightly know. Maybe one of us should go up and ask him," said Henry. Well, which one of us should go do it?" "How about we rock, paper, and scissors for it? Loser goes up and asks." And so they do. 3, 2, 1. Henry won the draw, on account of him knowing that Jimmy always throws rock, and Jimmy lost on account of him not knowing better than to always play rock. And so Jimmy climbs out of the ditch, walks up over to the general, quite nervously might I add, and says, "General?" "What is it?" grunted the general. "Well, you see, Henry and me, Henry's the one down there in the ditch looking over at us. We was wondering, why is it that you're always up here telling us to dig these ditches, and we're always down there digging these ditches?" The general looked Jimmy up and down for a second. "Well, that's because I have what they call intelligence." "Intelligence? What's that?" asked Jimmy. Well, come with me, I'll show you." And so they walked 20 yards over to the nearby tree, and the general places his hand on the trunk of it. "Okay, Private, to demonstrate what intelligence is, I want you to punch my hand as hard as you can." Are you sure?" stammered Jimmy, looking around nervously. "I'm quite sure," said the general, smiling slightly. Well, all right." And so Jimmy pulls his hand back, and as hard as he can muster, throws a punch at the general's hand. And at that last second, just before the punch connects, the general pulls his hand away, leaving Jimmy to punch the trunk of that tree at full force. Jimmy lets out a yelp and holds onto his hand, his very sore hand. "Do you understand now, Private?" asked the general. I think I do, General. Thank you," said Jimmy, holding on to his very sore hand. And so they part ways, the general back to his post, and Jimmy back to report his findings to Henry. "So, what did he say?" asked Henry, quite excitedly. It's because he has intelligence," Jimmy states proudly. "Intelligence? What's that?" "Here, I'll show you." Jimmy looks around for a tree, but seeing as they are standing in a ditch, there's none to be found. So, thinking quickly, he places his hand right in front of his face and says, "All right, punch my hand." And that was that. Alright, hopefully I'll have a few things uploaded over the next week. We'll see how it goes.